This is Raquel Harris reporting from Newsbeat. This is Raquel Harris reporting from Newsbeat. This is Raquel Harris, and I'm reporting from Columbia College Chicago, where the 2015 Chicago Mayoral Candidates Forum just took place. From Miley Cyrus's hot new flame to Disney and its not-so-kid-friendly ad. Hi, I'm Raquel Harris, and I'm here to give you the latest in entertainment news. Like they say, the grass is always greener on the other side. The snow is melting, it's a lot warmer out, just in time for St. Patrick's Day weekend. But let's not forget about how crazy this winter has been. Let's go take a look at the graphics. And many students have gotten the upper hand. As you can see, police are taking over the streets and they are bombarding them. Baltimore has been going through a lot lately. Also, as you can see in this picture, CVS has been bombed, and that's an aerial view of the area. Students everywhere are taking on gas masks and pretty much fighting back with the police. It's been a horrific time for the students, and it's gone on for more than 24 hours thus far. So it's been a great weekend for sports. We've had everything from baseball to golf, and the Bulls brought out the horns last night in Brooklyn. It's a lot to be excited for. Let's go ahead and take a look at the sale with the White Sox and the Twins. One of the first joint ventures between the United States and Cuba is being headed by none other than the NBA. This used to be an entire city block where houses decorated the neighborhood and where many spent most of their lives. Now some of those same people are coming back together to pick up the pieces of what's left of their homes after a devastating tornado. I'm Raquel Harris, and I'm here to give you the latest news from Fairdale, Illinois. Newsbeat starts right now. It's the 10th anniversary of Millennium Park, and to celebrate, world-renowned artist Jaume Plensa is featuring a special installation of his art titled 1004 Portraits. So it seems like politicians may not be hearing out the youth. Hopefully with time, those viewpoints will change. I'm Raquel Harris, live in the newsroom. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Raquel. Raquel Harris is live in the newsroom. She joins us with more on the story. Raquel?
Thanks, guys. To protect and serve. That's the motto that police have adopted over the years of service. But due to the massive killings of black men, that same motto may have a new interpretation. If you'd like to learn more about the movement, just log on to blacklivesmatter.com. I'm Raquel Harris, live in the newsroom. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for that report, Raquel.
Like Fat Albert. Bill Cosby, the creator of the show, voiced many of the characters, including Fat Albert himself, as well as many others, like Mushmouth and Bill. Jones College Prep is one of the many places where students have easy access to vote, yet the youth is still uninterested. Thanks, guys. Mickey D's is serving up its chicken in a fresh new way, and there's a secret ingredient being sold in breast milk that's sending parents into an outrage. I've got that all in today's dose of the Health Beat. One local Chicago theater company is focusing its next production on families with depression. Metro Minutes reporter Caitlin Kubicub sat in on a rehearsal for the upcoming play. The tornado that ripped through Fairdale literally left the small town in shambles. But now the community and the Red Cross are pitching in to help rebuild the neighborhood that residents once called home. The sounds of construction is all you can hear in the town of Fairdale, Illinois, after a deadly tornado swept through the area, destroying everything in its way.
You know, that was Char's house, the only thing left standing. I remember what was on the corner. These were the things that the landmarks that you once knew and recognized are now gone. You look down the street and there's nothing. And you know, you see it on TV and now here it is for real. It's crazy.
Damaged cars, cherished belongings, and torn apart wood from houses are everywhere scattered across the plainland. Here, you can even see an exposed kitchen that's been sliced clean. But the damage wasn't enough to scare the community away. Locals and organizations like Samaritan's Purse came to help put hope back into the hearts of Fairdale. Less than 30 minutes away in Rochelle, Illinois, the American Red Cross held a multi-agency resource center for tornado victims. I had the pleasure of speaking with Charlotte Hazel, the chief of community partnerships for the greater Chicago region, and she explained to me just exactly what the organization is doing to help.
That is a center where a client, you know, has lost a lot of their property and their belongings, etc. And now there comes the point where they're have a need of replacing certain things and looking for things that have been missing because of the disaster. And what we do here, we bring together what we call government and non-government agencies. The government agencies consist of Department of Motor Vehicles, Department of Insurance. The Attorney General is here even for give them contract fraud information, Department of Public Health. All these agencies can come from the state.
Another part of the cleanup is making sure that the area is safe for residents who might be returning. As you can see, cutting down this tree behind me is one of the precautions that they're doing to protect families in the community. One of the residents symbolized his survival by writing "We survived" on his family's car.
I can't really explain the emotions. Happy, sad, depressed, anxiety. There's lots and lots of feelings running through. 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down. And there's a lot of people here to help you.
Community efforts have been on it for a week now, but officials say that they'll be in Fairdale as long as it takes. The Riff Music Lounge is where many go to dance and enjoy music, but this past weekend the club was playing a different tune. 36-year-old Michael Ricks was killed this past Saturday after getting into an argument with another man over a woman. The other man was thrown out of the club, but police say he later returned and opened fire at around 1:20 a.m. on the 2200 block of Michigan Ave. Ricks was pronounced dead from the gunshot wound at Northwestern Hospital. Another man who was not involved in the scuffle was also shot in the stomach and drove himself to Stroger County Hospital. Like Riff, most nightclubs run a tight shift when it comes to security, but that may not be enough to convince clubgoers that they'll be safe while having a good time.
With the shootings in Chicago, I tend to try to avoid those neighborhoods and areas. They seem to happen around the same areas around Chicago, so if you're pretty smart about avoiding those areas, I think you're pretty safe going out.
I still do, only because, shootings happen everywhere. South side Chicago, north side Chicago, west side, in the Loop, so I feel like just because the shooting happened, we don't have to stop going out.
It's definitely troubling. I don't feel super comfortable going out knowing that. It's definitely a trifling situation.
Start of the season against the Minnesota Twins on Saturday. Here in the third inning, Sale gets Joe Mauer on a called third strike. He had an 8 on that day. Later in the bottom of the third inning, Adam LaRoche cranks the first pitch out to the deep right field, and that ball is gone. That extends the Sox lead 3-1. This is his first home run as a member of the Sox. Bottom of the 8th with a man on first, Gordon Beckham drives one out to deep left field. That ball is over the wall, and that puts the game out of reach. Sox win this one, final score 6-2. The Rockies are in Denver taking on the Rockies at Coors Field. Bottom of the second with the bases loaded. Former Cub DJ LeMahieu sends one out into the gap left center. Coughlin chases it down, but he's safe at third with a bases clearing triple. That right there gave the Rockies an early 3-1 lead over the Cubs. Later in the ninth inning, Dexter Fowler with the man on crushes this ball, and it's saying hello to fans in the deep right field. This is Fowler's first home run of the season that gave the Cubs a 1-run lead, and they go on to close out the Rockies with the final score 6-5. Derrick Rose and the Bulls were in Brooklyn last night taking on the Nets, and they're looking to move up to the 3rd seed in the East. We'll pick it up early in the first quarter. Rose with a strong drive through the lane makes a left-handed layup. Nice energy on that one. Later on the second quarter, Rose pulls up at the three-point line and fires the three and gets the shooter's roll as that one drops right in. Then in the third, Rose runs the pick and roll with Taj Gibson and draws 2 defenders and then finds Gibson wide open in the paint for the jam. The Bulls bring it home with a win with a score of 113-86. And now, real quick, great news for the Blackhawks. Patrick Kane appears to be recovering from a broken collarbone at a little quicker than expected. He's listed for probable Hawks' first playoff game on Wednesday. 21-year-old Jordan Spieth took home the green jacket from this year's Master Tournament. Spieth put a historic performance by matching Tiger Woods' record score of 18 shots under par. As we mentioned earlier, and the NFL Draft is coming to Chicago. The 3-day event starts April 30th. Neil Armstrong Elementary has a before and after program for daycare students. Teachers and administrators there, like others around Illinois, are now on high alert for measles prevention. Providers are doing all that they can to protect students from the disease. Measles lives in the nose and throat of an infected person and can spread the disease starting 4 days before the rash begins until 4 days after it appears. The disease has now infected 11 people in Illinois. The majority are infants who have stayed in daycare centers where someone was already infected. A daycare may seem like just fun and games, but measles can quickly spread through coughing and sneezing and can stay on toys like these for up to 2 hours. Dr. Terry Mason, Chief Operating Officer at Cook County Department of Public Health, says that more cases are likely to appear.
No one should be there that is not appropriately vaccinated for measles. There'll be more cases. This is a highly contagious disease. There are likely to be more cases. And so we shouldn't be surprised by that.
Davia Wilkerson, Education Coordinator over the Challengers program, says that the safety of her students is her top priority.
I do believe that all of our students enrolled in the program are vaccinated. We have just been increasing the use of of Clorox wipes, things of that nature, making sure that the kids are using more hand sanitizer and covering their faces when they cough and sneeze.
For now, county officials say that there is no direct link to where the disease started, but insist parents and daycare providers ensure that their children are vaccinated. From Miley Cyrus's hot new flame to Disney and its not-so-kid-friendly ad. Hi, I'm Raquel Harris, and I'm here to give you the latest in entertainment news. It looks like our favorite wild child has found a new boo, and I don't think she'll be saying "I'll be back" to ex-Liam Hemsworth. Patrick Schwarzenegger, son of Arnold, and Miley were together in Cali this past Saturday for what looked like an afternoon delight. The new couple strolled hand in hand on the Malibu Pier, and they've been making more and more public appearances since their makeout session that they had 2 weeks ago at a USC football game. And Miley isn't the only Disney star getting a little frisky. It looks like some familiar faces are spreading safe sex awareness in an interesting way. The new series of art titled Hello Boys is in honor of International World AIDS Day to promote the importance of safe sex. Contemporary artist Alexandro Palumbo used some of the famous Disney princes like Hercules, Eric, and my personal favorite, Aladdin, to portray his work. And speaking of safe sex, guess who's kissing and not telling? 53-year-old I Dreamed a Dream singer Susan Boyle has snagged her very first boyfriend. In a recent interview with The Sun, Boyle tells how she met an American doctor during her tour. Keeping her lips tightly sealed, she didn't say much about her newfound love. Nonetheless, congrats, Susan. And that's all I have for you. Once again, my name is Raquel Harris, and you've just gotten the latest in entertainment news. See you next time.